Is porn destroying men's lives? My harsh reality and what I've witnessed being a dating coach for over 9 years. Is porn destroying your life, or are you thinking about it? Or are you subconsciously developing an unhealthy relationship with sex that is undermining your relationships and ruining your love life and your performance, possibly? Maybe you've been finding that you're not enjoying sex as much as you should, or maybe you've even found that sex with your woman or any women feel like it's missing something. Maybe you can tell that the woman is dissatisfied, or maybe you're the one who is dissatisfied. Either way, we're going to get serious with this today, guys, because this is something that has been coming up over and over again in my one-on-one sessions and is ruining men's lives. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that is a truly, truly, truly heavy topic, but it is so prominent in the men community of what I've been doing for over the 9 years. I'm Apollonia Ponte, and I'm a dating, relationship, attraction, and life coach for men. I have been doing this for over 9 years and have plenty of testimonials. And my goal is not only to help you master your attraction skills, your dating and your relationship life, but your life in general overall. And this is why this video is so important. And before we get started on today's video, I want you to take the moment to subscribe to this channel if this is your first time visiting. And to all my loyal subscribers, thank you for being a subscriber, and I welcome you to please comment below on this video so we can get more into men's hands, and also too so we can have a conversation about this because it is so healthy and important. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 10 different ways that porn is destroying men's lives and how to identify if this is happening to you. I know that porn is such a quick fix for so many guys. You feel a need and you can find a release with just a few clicks on your computer. So a lot of guys will tell me that they don't do it that often, just a couple times a month or so. But that thing about pornography is that it is designed for a little bit of it to go a long way. They want you to watch one thing and then get hooked on the feeling so that you keep coming back for more. So it's an easy to develop a habit or an addiction before you know it. Plus, you aren't trying to spend hours watching videos all day, so they make it over the top explicit, in your face, and imaginative as they can. So when guys tell me I'm not addicted to porn, I just watch it from time to time, I tell them, okay, if that's true, then all right. But you really need to think about how much of this you're consuming and if it is having some type of effect on your real life sex life. And that's why I wanted to do this video for you today. So first up, porn has a nasty habit of making men develop unrealistic expectations of what a woman should be doing in the bedroom. As I just said, porn is designed to be over the top, so the actresses will often be over the top too. I mean, think about it. Even physically speaking, there's a lot of plastic surgery, a lot of huge boobs, a lot of huge lip spots. We can go on. And then there's so many takes that happen between takes. It just goes on. There's so much oil. We can go on, right? And then the acting will be over the top as well. So when a woman is in real life isn't behaving the way you are envisioning from the woman that you watch in the porn video, like she's not screaming or moaning or having crazy orgasms or talking dirty to you, you might start to wonder if she's really enjoying it or if she's just totally bored. I've worked with men who have developed a kind of performance anxiety when they were having sex because they felt that if the woman wasn't acting like the actresses they saw in porn, they weren't being good lovers. So they get into their heads and they no longer are in the moment, and sex becomes a source of anxiety for them. I've also worked with guys before that have told me that they only get really turned on by one type of girl in bed, and she basically has to have the body of a porn actress with the exaggerated features. Now, sure, you're entitled to have your own physical traits that you find attractive, but I want to warn you against running the risk of associating real life with porn because you're going to be in a constant state of disappointment. But an even bigger problem with porn is that it can actually cause erectile dysfunction a lot in men. This is a phenomenon that is happening today where young men are starting to have difficulty having an erection when they physically are with a woman simply because they are so used to only associating scenes from porn with the feeling. And these porn scenes are so far from reality, so exaggerated and over the top, that it becomes impossible for those guys to be aroused by reality. Before we would associate erectile dysfunction or ED with being older, but now this is happening to kids who are young, as in their teens, which is so inappropriate because they're watching so much porn. And the other thing going on here is that if your brain is starting to be trained to be turned on when you're watching other people have sex, it's going to be a lot harder for you to be turned on when it comes to having sex. It's like you're developing a tendency on porn, a codependency, I should say, on porn for arousal. And as you can imagine, this is going to have a negative effect on your real life situations. Dr. Andrew Herberman talks about this actually, and he explains that if you're developing a certain taste for extremes by consuming pornography, it's kind of like when you start eating a lot of addictive spicy foods that you like. All other food is going to start tasting more and more bland to you. Or if you're a thrill seeker and you keep running after more intense highs, real life situations are not going to do it for you anymore. So when it comes to sex, if you're inundating your brain with extreme or unrealistic situations, it's going to have an skewed frame of references, which is then going to negatively impact how aroused you get with these real situations. Not great, huh? The other main issue with porn is that it can certainly have a negative effect on your performance and stamina in bed. Usually when a man masturbates to porn, it's just an easy, quick fix, right? But when it comes to real life, you're basically training your body to ejaculate very quickly and have no stamina, which of course is not something that women want in a partner. We want a present man. We want a partner to explore our body. Women don't want a guy that finishes in 5 minutes or 2 minutes and leaves them unsatisfied. Women want a man that can give them the actual experience where there is a give and take, where there are surges of passion and where there can be an extreme climax. I've also seen porn damage a guy's ability to fully enjoy sex because he mentally trained himself to only orgasm by his own hand, or he is unable to ejaculate unless it's by his own hand. The harsh reality is that porn totally ruins sex for a lot of men I work with and their social awareness. And they really have to then work to wean themselves off of that and get help for it because it is an addiction, especially if you want a fulfilling sex life. I've also seen that porn can do something really fascinating yet detrimental. It can create dopamine spikes. You know how your body creates dopamine when you do something that feels good, right? But here's the thing. Porn can create dopamine spikes in your body that are connected to the feeling of shame or guilt. And this, guys, is a nasty cocktail. You're essentially training your body and mind to associate the high of a dopamine surge with something that doesn't make you feel proud. On the other hand, if you're getting dopamine spikes from working out or doing something that brings something positive to your life, like accomplishing a work goal or a personal goal or doing something cool that you've never done before, that's totally healthy. But when you're getting dopamine from something that doesn't necessarily make you feel great about it, it creates a tricky dynamic. I've also seen people get hooked on the dopamine release they get from porn and actually wind up being dopamine dependent on it. So for example, some guys I've worked with actually needed to watch porn to get their days started because it had a direct effect on their ability to focus, their energy levels, and even their mood. They had developed an addiction to the actual feeling it created and the effect it had on their day, and would find that without it, they wouldn't feel as good. As you can imagine, this created a whole mess in their lives because it affected their personal lives, romantic lives, and their relationships to themselves and their sense of self-worth. Because that's one thing with porn, it can really mess up how connected you are to your body. Researchers have shown that porn addiction has been linked to various psychological issues such as anxiety, depressions, feelings of guilt and shame, and also not being aware of social awareness and cues. Those negative emotions may interfere with any individual ability to connect with their body and emotions in a healthy way. Now, here's the thing. I am not here to tell you that porn is bad and shame on you if you watch it. I'm here to just actually tell you how an actual addiction to it can undermine your happiness in real life and actually be detrimental to your relationships with women. So it's important to keep an eye out on the things that I've gone over. Also, too, I want you to think of this and give this food for thought. I was interviewing someone on my podcast not too long ago, and he helps men overcome porn addiction. And one of the things that he says, what I really see as well on porn is A lot of men miss out on social cues when they start watching and enabling themselves in porn. They have a hard time attracting women. They have a hard time keeping conversations with women. They have a hard time connecting with women because porn is a direct reflection of disconnection to self because it's all a fantasy illusion. One of the things too that I've noticed is think about this, guys that have watched porn. How many porn videos have you seen where a woman just simply said, "No, I don't want to have sex," and they didn't have sex? It's not possible, right? And then we start thinking, as a lot of men think, that every woman will have sex with them if they just oil themselves up or say this one thing or touch them this one way, where they find themselves in trouble. And this is a huge lack of social skills. If you feel a kind of need to watch porn in order to feel fully satisfied sexually, or if you feel that you need to get through your day, you're consuming too much. Instead, I encourage you to take a break from watching porn and hire someone that is specialized in helping with porn addictions so that your body and mind can reset. Use time to connect with your partner or your woman you're dating. Use this time to develop new healthy habits like physical exercises. And this is something that truly helps your mental state and your physical stamina and your focus. Porn is not a terrible thing, gentlemen. You just need to make sure that it isn't undermining your real sex life and it isn't something that you're always watching. As always, you can reach out to me for one-on-one guidance. I'm going to link a podcast episode with another porn coach that I would highly recommend. You can click the description right below to my podcast. Make sure you rate and review the podcast as well after you watch this episode. And if you want to continue staying on this channel, I would encourage you to watch this next video. And it's called Identifying Toxic People. I give you warning signs and 13 warning signs and how to deal with them afterwards. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.